Question everything in pursuit of your purpose. Ask yourself, what if?
Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of the Pursuit of Purpose podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Chuck.
And we are joined today by a local legend in the food business. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
What's up, everybody? My name is Brandon Rodriguez, owner of Benny's Pizza and Chloe's Burgers.
Benny's Pizza and Chloe's Burgers. We're definitely going to talk about that toward the second half of the show.
Yep.
But just so you guys know out there in the audience, if you're looking for some good greasy food, this is your man right here.
Yeah, that's me right there.
So where are you from, Brandon?
So originally, I am from Brooklyn, New York. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. Around the age of 7, I actually moved to Georgia. I lived a lot of parts of Georgia, from Jonesboro to Finette, just a bunch of different types of different parts of Georgia. At the age of 17, I moved to Texas.
Really?
Yes.
So 17, when you were born in New York?
Born in Brooklyn, New York. My mom
Wow.
was correct.
Okay. Well, that explains the accent.
Yeah, it's still in there.
Yes. Yeah, you can hear it. And you can pick people out different parts of New York by how they talk if you know your business.
100%. Yeah,
Right.
you can tell a northern New Yorker, Buffalo,
Yeah.
to an actual city guy.
Well, you can even tell them apart in the boroughs.
Yeah.
The boroughs have different accents.
Really?
Staten Island, Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll completely see a different breed of person from the city to a Staten Island or a Queens or a Bronx. Yeah.
Right. How cool is that?
It's pretty fascinating.
It's very awesome.
But in Texas, we have that. We have it quite a bit, actually. If you meet somebody who was born and raised in the Houston area, they'll sound a certain way.
Yeah.
If you meet somebody from Austin,
That's
they sound like they're from California.
Yeah,
they don't sound like Texas at all.
Right.
And then if you go up to Dallas, they got a whole different manner of speech.
Right.
And then down here in Southeast Texas,
it's a twang.
we draw it on out there. You know what I'm saying?
What's that original Texas, like East Texas, from maybe Beaumont to Texarkana?
Right.
That's how we're supposed to sound. I don't know.
No, and then if you go to the Valley or San Antonio, like San Antonio and south of there,
Yeah.
almost everybody's got a little bit of a Latin accent. They got a little.
They say the E's in
Yeah,
there.
it's just part of the culture.
Right. Even the Anglos do that.
But I love it. I just love it. Texas has everything. And so
It's an awesome country.
it is the best country in America.
God bless it.
So you were born in New York.
Correct.
How old were you when you left New York and went to Georgia?
So it's weird. It was around 6 or 7. My parents were in a bit of a divorce.
You said those words. All the kids, if anybody's listening to this right now, they're going,
Wow, that was not done on purpose. By no means. By no means was that done on purpose. We're gonna have to take that one. Right there. That was a good one. But no, around that age group, my parents did divorce, and we ended up me and my mom. We moved to Georgia with my new stepdad.
Okay. So you with your first part of your life before you moved to New York, were there any siblings, or was it just you?
No, I was the only child. I was an only child till. Great question. My brother, if I am 33, my brother is 23.
Okay.
So around 10 years old, my father remarried, met an amazing woman, and they had my brother Justin.
Okay.
Yes.
So for the most part, you qualify as a spoiled little only child.
I was the only child for the longest bit. Grandmother got all of the tears, hey, I need this, I need that. Absolutely.
Makes all sense in the world.
Yes.
It's all coming together.
Yeah. And I try to put that on my little brother now too. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a lot of memories of New York? I mean, you left there at a pretty early age.
Absolutely. I definitely remember like my elementary school. The thing is, being that my family was divorced, I would visit every year to New York. So that's why I feel like I never really lost my accent as well, because I would go out there, 2 out of 12 months, the whole summertime, spend time with dad.
Keeping connected.
Family still out there.
Okay. So what was your favorite thing about Brooklyn?
Man, it's the energy. It's
really?
Energy. 100% the energy out there is completely different. I know a lot of people like to think, it might be rude, or to me, it's what America was built on, in that and this might sound harsh, but dog eat dog world.
No,
if that makes sense. You know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we have sissified to make the world easy. You know, we have actually lowered that energy to me. And to me, there's nothing like that typical New York, especially Brooklyn. You know, they say some of the best hustlers come from.
I think what you're describing is ambition.
And and that energy leads into ambition, you know, but
maybe
the foundation of our.
Absolutely, yeah. So, you know, even when I go out there, I've just recently, we went out there in October. My brother graduated from the EMT out there.
Really?
And yeah, it's an amazing thing. So proud of him. Super blessed. And yeah, you know, you just go back out there, you get that energy back out there. You come out here with it and you just implicate it into all your business needs.
You know, it's fascinating you say that because here in our area, it does seem like there's a bit of complacency.
100%.
For
1,000%.
For the large majority of the population, they're just kind of like,
yeah.
If I got to work for it, I ain't doing it.
Right.
But when you go to a place like that, you are one of millions, multiple millions.
Right.
And if you ain't willing to sacrifice and hustle for it, you ain't gonna have it.
Yeah. And it's cold out there. I know right now it's cold out here, but out there it's cold a little bit longer. And to try to be homeless out there, you don't want to do that, you know. So out here, you know, and I got to give them out here. You know, we do have the refineries. I come from the refinery out here. I worked 6 years as a scaffold builder, NCCR certified still to this day, and I still know my craft. Yeah. But the thing is, and you know, you're going out there and you're you know, going for per diem. You know, sometimes I used to drive to Louisiana just for work. You know, so and there's people I know that do that to this day. But at the end of the day, there is still just that complacency, you know, of just checking in, clocking in, doing what you're told, and
right. So what drew you to be self-employed?
Man, just a lot. You know, I was 23. Tried out the college, shout out Lamar University. I tried it out, hopped into the refinery shortly right there after it. Had a good run. You know, we made good money. I was able to build up. But to answer the question, what put that seed in there? It was an MLM. It was a company, you know, you get into there and they start telling you could be your own boss, do this, do that. And it got to a point where I realized I was still working for them. You understand? I was still pushing their product at the end of the day. And I said, wait a minute, if I can push your product, I can push me as a product. And I started off in clothing. I had a brand called Liberty in Kicks. Okay. So I was a big sneakerhead growing up since I was 10 years old. And I invested a lot into the clothing market. I even released my own sneaker. That was super cool. Yeah, we designed and released over 100 pairs of sneakers. Thank God we all sold out. It didn't sell out in 1 month, 2 months, but we sold out. I was the proud owner of the Vault 409. That was also open inside Parkdale Mall. We were in there for 3.5 years. In 2024, we closed down, and I just dedicated into food. So,
okay.
That's awesome. I love to hear the entrepreneurial spirit come out. The way
and I didn't even call myself an entrepreneur for the first 2 years. After working the refinery, you know, I was still doing the clothing, but it wasn't really making, you know, enough to survive, right? So I didn't want to call myself an entrepreneur. I didn't want to just claim that title with no staff. You know, you're working every day, which that's part of it. But, you know, you got to be a leader. Right. To call yourself an entrepreneur, you have to have leadership. That's right. And that's right.
That's a fact.
That's right. Well, because you're not going to be doing it on your own. You're going to be bringing in team members, and they need direction.
You're only as big as your team. I truly believe that. I truly believe that.
That's right. That's awesome.
That's beautiful.
It is.
So what was, I mean, an only child. I'm not going to say anything too speculative or insulting about it. See, I had a sister. I actually had a bunch of siblings that I didn't know, but I had a sister that I grew up with. And, you know, so we fought, and she was my younger sister, so she got away with murder.
Yeah, I didn't have to go through nothing.
But what was discipline like for you?
No, my people were super strict. My dad was more relaxed. He was super calm. He was the type that would want to talk to you, but my mom was heavy-handed. You know, my mom, she was very strict. Really couldn't be outside past 7, 8 o'clock. I know a lot of people laugh at me about this now, but till I was 17, I had a bedtime. And it's really crazy. I'm 33 now, so even thinking about it is kind of like, you know, my brother doesn't even have a bedtime. But, you know, but in that time, You know, it was different. And yeah, I had a bedtime. I wasn't allowed to stay out too crazy. I did stay over people's houses and all that good stuff, you know, the other kids, but yeah, it was still.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with that.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's just different. Different people grow up different. Where was your mom from?
So mom and dad were born in New York City. My people are Puerto Rican. We are Puerto Rican. Cool. Yeah, I am Puerto Rican, 100%. My grandparents, they came from San Juan and Beaumont to New York. And that's where they started off. And yeah, my mom used to do medical field. And my dad was a plumber. That was a plumber, same company for the longest of time.
Right. Yeah. So you come from two good disciplines,
Two good disciplines, absolutely. Just growing up, you know, visiting my dad, that's what I did was work with him. Okay. I was either working with him, doing plumbing, or I was chilling with grandma. Yeah.
So you learned your work ethics
100% from my dad. 100 specifically my dad. Yes, specifically my dad. That's very much instilled in me is that work ethic. He worked long days.
Sound like you came from a family that had really good intentions for you.
Yes.
Even the spoiling grandparents probably weren't that bad.
Even they're shocked to see what we became today.
Okay.
Even they're a little shocked. Like,
have they been down to see all the things you built?
It was awesome. My grandmother actually visited last year. She was able to try the pizza. She didn't try the burgers, but she did try the pizza. So that was super awesome.
What'd she think?
She loved it. You know, it's hard because New York pizza is still too hard to recreate that.
Yeah, you can
we do everything in our possibility to try to make that from the dough. Mm-hmm. We use a traditional New York style dough recipe. Okay. We hand toss our pizzas in the air just to keep that airy and crunchy texture to it. We use a stone brick oven in order to cook it to that. But it's just different. As they say, the New York water is completely different.
Yeah, the air is different too.
Yeah. The air is different. Yeah. So there's a lot of factors in there, but she loved it. We use the best ingredients, the best cheese and all that.
You know, people don't think about that. I mean, we're sidebarring a little bit here, but pizza, the quality of the pizza, the ingredients make everything. Like
you can taste
you put trash.
Especially now that I'm in it, I taste it.
If you put trash tomato, stuff in there, right? Like that cheap stuff with all the sugar in it, right? And that's all you like.
No, you can taste when it comes out the can. You can taste it's lacking seasoning. You can taste that cheese is just a lower quality of cheese, whether it has more water or more enzymes. They're just more cut at the end of the day inside of there. Yeah.
My sister and her fiance, they were in the pizza business in a little town in Colorado for a while. I actually took a 20-foot Connex building and then converted the whole thing with a built-in brick oven and all this stuff. And at some point they sold it for other reasons, but the pizza business was good. However, they got into it. I mean, they were ordering products from all over the country.
I love food industry.
Yes, I mean, they would get things shipped in, and so they were. I guess the nearest big city was Colorado Springs. They had to go there to pick it up. But that's where it would be shipped in from, East Coast, and I think some of them even out of the country.
Wisconsin, all those
places, So they did their research. It's pretty cool. So
absolutely. I've been in it for 3.5 years now with no pizza experience. I've never worked in a restaurant. I worked at Dairy Queen for a very short time before the refinery out here in Groves, Texas. And it was a very short time, but, with no pizza experience at all, just that love, me and my dad, we would just eat pizza in New York. So it was kind of like a drawback to that. And shout out to the mall too. The mall really did give me an awesome opportunity to follow that path.
That's great. Yeah. That's amazing.
That is.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you a crazy question because I've been around. I have yet to visit New York. Okay. So I'm failing. I haven't been there. I want to go. I want to go.
You would love it.
But I have been to Chicago, one of the other big, cities in America. And I've been to Chicago more than once. And I actually like it. A lot of people talk trash on Chicago.
Whatever. I haven't been to Chicago. I haven't seen the bean, as they say.
It's so weird.
Did you see the bean?
So I got pictures with it. I'm
the
bean and take pictures. Oh yeah.
No, I can't wait to see when you go to the stock exchange and get next to the bull. You know what I mean? You got to do something with the bull.
But my question is, so that answers it because you've never been there. But you need to try Chicago pizza. Because it's completely different. In fact, it's like upside down. It's super deep dish. And the ingredients are almost completely backwards.
Literally.
But
cheese on the bottom.
I never imagined anything like that. Okay. And then we're there. We were where did we were at, I think we were at the Navy Pier when we did it the first time. They got a company there called Giordano's, and they are some of the original Chicago pizza people.
Okay.
It's a family, and now it's a chain of restaurants, and you can order it.
Check them out.
You can and shameless. I'm not sponsored by them or anything,
shameless plug.
but they have amazing pizza, and it's just different. Like it's so different. The top of the crust is crispy, but the inside is still fluffy and soft. And
I've had Detroit style, so I know they're thick. They're thick as well, but it's not reverse. They keep it normal. They're just super thick, fluffy, crunchy, like especially with the cheese that they do.
So are the ingredients exposed like we have here, or are they covered with an
this is covered. The ones these were covered.
It was
the pepperoni stuff was underneath.
So it was a full pie.
It was like you can look it up and it'll show you pictures. If you look up that company that I'm not going to say their name again.
They
want to sponsor the show.
Come on,
but
here's our number.
No, it's really good, and you can actually order them. They will send them to you freeze dried, like what do you call it?
What I'm
not freeze dried, but flash frozen.
Flash frozen.
You pop it
and
in
it's
the oven,
still fresh and it's so good.
Really?
Oh, now
it's those ingredients too. They're just doing it for a short time.
Sure,
so,
and they're not
be able to get that bounce back.
They're not cheap.
I can imagine.
They're really good.
Yes.
So
there's a spot in New York. We were paying $13 a slice.
What?
Yeah. But it's different types of
But you're talking about a slice. I mean,
one slice.
Yeah, but
one's triangle.
It's pretty big slice though, isn't it?
About the same size as Benny's. The only thing is the ingredients they put on top. So they're using like truffle. They're using oxtail. High-end stuff. Yeah. And it's like $13-15 a slice. They got chicken out.
But selling out all the time.
But they sell out. They got a good name.
By comparison, of course, we're down here, where the prices are a little more reasonable.
100%.
So to have a full pie at your place, full pizza.
So a full pie, great question. We do have 3 different sizes. We have a slice and we have 2 different sizes for full pies. We have the 16 and the 18-inch pie, like a Papa John's, extra large, right? Or New York style.
Advertising for all the competitors.
Yeah. Now you got to come only to Benny's Pizza. That's the best one out here. But the cheese starts at $14.99 for a 16-inch
for a whole pizza,
for a whole pie. Only cheese. It is grande mozzarella, and of course you build it up. We have beef pepperoni. That's kind of what we like to promote is that beef pepperoni. So we even had like this weird guy come and do a review, and he was talking about the price, but did not highlight any of, just the fact of, the beef pepperoni. That's an upcharge at the end of the day, and you can buy it or you cannot.
Right.
It's up to you, but I bet it tastes better. And that's what we stand on. Does it taste better? Are you getting your bang for your buck?
There you go. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say something that I'll never do. Okay. I don't ever do this on our show, but today, after we're done and everything this afternoon, I'm going to come pick up a whole pizza.
We got to get you a whole
and I'm going to take it home, and I'm going to record the response of my family because they've never had it.
I love this.
And I'm not going to tell them until after they eat it. Then I'm going to tell them where it came from, and I'm going to see what they say.
What kind? What you going to do?
I don't know. What I'm going to let you be the artist.
Sometimes the classic cheese is where it's at.
And that may be it. Maybe we could put some pepperoni on one part of it because my wife likes pepperoni.
Right.
But you inspired me.
And that's what's cool about us. Just to do a shameless little quick thing about, Benny's, we do a 4-way. So that's what's cool is you could choose up to 4 different flavors on one pizza. A lot of people don't have that availability. You can have barbecue on one side, ranch on a quarter, marinara and vodka, all separated, different toppings.
And when you say vodka, you mean the sauce, right?
So we do the vodka sauce, absolutely. That's another cool thing about us is more than half of our pizzas come with vodka sauce. Yeah,
wow.
Just the marinara.
My wife would probably love that.
Yeah. It's really good. It's really good stuff.
I think I may match you. I actually get off a little early. I think watch me.
I need to come on by.
Get a pizza. Take you back home.
Some real pizza today.
Yeah.
Hey, you're never gonna want Dominic. You'll never want those again.
Yeah.
That won't really.
Yeah.
That's not a problem for me.
That's right. That's right.
But you eat healthy though. I do remember that about you. You're on a super health kick.
I just want to expose my family to it. I want to let them see it. So back to where we were. Little commercial there for Benny's.
Well, that's why he's here.
If y'all are ever in Southeast Texas, You go to Parkdale Mall, and when I say Southeast Texas, I mean the Beaumont, Texas area. Right. But you go to Parkdale Mall, it's the mall here, and you go to the food court, and he has 2 restaurants, and they're butting up against each other. It's Benny's Pizza and Chloe's Burgers, and I haven't had the pizza yet.
No, you haven't.
But the burgers are amazing.
Yes,
phenomenal. He has something else. Tell him about the beef bacon.
Oh. That's that kick, that's what we're trying to go to. And I know there's a lot of people who just don't eat pork at this moment, right? So we do want
I'm not one of those people.
I'm Puerto Rican.
I kill pigs.
I'm Puerto Rican. You understand? So pepperoni is our delicacy. Yeah. That's what we eat. Christmas, Thanksgiving, that's what we're eating. Mm. But at the end of the day, you're not going to turn down that beef pepperoni, right. But somebody might turn down a pork pepperoni.
They will.
So we did want to open the avenue to where people can enjoy a pepperoni pizza again. People were missing out. They would just have to go with vegetable or cheese, which no problem. But to be able to enjoy that beef pepperoni is awesome. So we brought that into Chloe's Burgers. It's rare that you see beef bacon.
I never even heard of it.
Very rare. It's very rare. It's there's only like one company that even sells it in our distribution. Okay. And it's absolutely amazing. It is halal. It is a halal product. Okay. And at the end of the day, it's just something that it has a smoky taste to it. It's crunchy.
Oh, I can tell everybody.
Yeah. And you've had it. You've had it with the brisket and the patty.
You're breaking my heart, man.
No, it's some good stuff. It's some really good stuff.
It's a little thicker than what you would normally get, like traditional, like pig bacon.
Yeah.
But it's almost like if you took sliced brisket with more fat and fried it.
Okay.
It's like that. The texture is, there's like nothing like it.
Right. So you grill it like you would do regular bacon. Like right there on there.
And that's another trick. It's just cooking it at the right. Cooking it to that perfect point. Bacon, when it's cooked perfect, you can eat that sucker by itself.
Right.
You can get a good bacon by itself. You just have to cook it right. So that's something that we really specialize in, is just getting that bacon to where it's just crunchy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have a lot of friends who are going to see this show and hear this show, and they're gonna catch this part right here. Okay. A couple of weeks ago, I was in a town. I was in Waco. And in Waco, there's a Brazilian steakhouse. And we went to this Brazilian steak. It was my first time. I'd never been to one. And
green card right
And in there, they had a salad bar, which I'm not really, I went there for the meat. Yes. I wanted meat, right? Well, after I had gorged myself to the point of, being disgusted and sick, I decided to take a walk to let some of it, move around, make a little more room. Maybe I could flip that card back, keep going. So I walked by the salad bar. And they had cheeses, and there's very few salad. It wasn't really much salad. It was all kinds of other stuff.
Okay.
But on the other end of the salad bar, they had a hidden treasure that I never expected to find. And it was candied bacon.
Oh.
I never, man.
On a big tray.
On a big old thing. And then they had these big old tongs and a big old plate where you could just
load it up.
And look, so the first time, notice I'm saying the first time, I got like 4 pieces and I put it on my plate and I kind of slowly walked back to the table, seeing if anybody was judging me and looking at me. And I sit down and I try it and I'm like, changed my whole life. It was the best thing. Everything I had there was good.
Steakhouses got some tricks.
But that bacon, that was life altering.
Awesome.
I ate more of that bacon than all the meat I had eaten before. I could hardly walk when we left there. And everybody at the table was taking bacon off my plate. Every time I go back and get it.
What is he eating over?
Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was sweet, but it also had red pepper. Nice. And it was phenomenal.
So that was the start of the show?
Oh,
the lamb chop.
No, I love all that stuff.
The bacon wrap,
candied bacon.
Candied bacon. Nice. You see how simple?
Yes.
Right. But what it could just next level.
Right. Next level.
Yeah. So I wonder if you could candy the beef bacon.
100%. Oh, yeah.
That's
is it like caramelized or something? What's
a little bit of hot honey on top.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
come on now, don't tease
me. Well, Tuesdays and Sundays is kind of where I zero in on the back end of the business, right? Mm-hmm. And so yesterday was Tuesday. I'm just writing out all of these options, bro. You got to see how many burgers I have. that are coming out real soon.
Come on now.
Chicken and burgers. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
That is exciting stuff.
Yes,
it is.
Well, thank you for sharing all that. We've gotten some education about this.
Yeah.
So, what about your personal life now? Are you married? Anything like that?
Super happily married. Me and my wife, we met. I do live in Katy, so that's what's kind of crazy.
A little drive.
Yeah, I drive every day, but I love it.
That's a heck of a drive, bro.
It's a heck of a drive with the traffic. When there's no traffic, you'll be surprised how fast you'll zoom down I-10 and make it to your destination. But with the traffic, like today, it gets a little tough. But we just soak up the knowledge. I realized when I worked in Katy and I stayed in Katy, no type of information, no type of knowledge being down. You just get caught up in, the day-to-day. The rat race. Yeah. Even yesterday, I listened to no type of information. And today I'm back on it. I'm back on my road. I'm listening to my podcast. I'm listening to my news. So it gives you that opportunity. You got to use your time wisely.
And we work with people, and we ourselves, we turn our vehicles into a university.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great term.
I like if you, we talked about this one time on a live show, and I had one of our guests call me out. Like I said, I listened to 200 and something books last year, and they were like, "No way." So after the show, I sent them my list, my Audible list. And I don't just listen to Audible, but that's my main resource. And it was actually 247 books from last year. And I didn't even keep track. I just knew that.
Because people, they listen to this music and they don't realize just how many pages are they missing from listening to the same song. We're memorizing these lyrics that have no type of substance to them at all.
Right. If anything, it can be degrading. It can be tearing your mind apart.
Literally, absolutely. That's
but
perfect.
For sure, entertainment over information.
100%.
Yeah. I have about half your drive because I live in just into Louisiana, and absolutely. I mean, I love it. Vehicle University. We're going to be playing on that.
Yeah, we got it right. Yeah. That's an amazing term right there.
But no, that's good, man. And that's why, I think even for your age and stage, because we started our show talking about, some of the current culture and the people and how they're conducting themselves, and not a lot of personal challenge, not a lot of personal growth. So, congratulations to you. That kind of set you apart,
No, yeah, you got to be your biggest enemy and friend. You got to actually just get out there and review your own flaws and then just start hitting them one by one. You don't have to do it all in one day, 1 week, 1 month.
Right.
It might take 10 years, but at the end of the 10 years, that growth is real.
Yeah, it is.
Very real.
Yep. Very measurable.
So how long have you, go ahead.
But to get back to, I know you asked me personally. So me and my wife, we've been married since she's going to kill me for this, for not remembering the exact date, but it was 2023. 2023, we got married. 23 and 24.
Well, how long have y'all been together?
So we've been together since 22. Okay. So whenever I moved to Katy, I went to go get a little snack after eating.
And
she was working, and I got me two snacks. Yeah, that one was a little bit of a fight. But it ended up being an amazing thing that.
Or maybe you got a snack and dessert.
Hey, telling you.
Full course meal.
Yeah, you got a full course. You definitely got fries, right?
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, help yourself, man. Make sure she hears you.
She told me to shout her out too.
There we are.
What do you want to call her name?
Absolutely, baby. I love you, Alejandra. She does own Aliso's Aesthetics, which is super amazing. She's out in Katy. She has an amazing suite. We just opened up a third room. So now she's doing, she does full facials.
Come on.
She does body massaging for after surgery. Mm-hmm. So if all these women that are going out there getting surgery,
and y'all got that nice medical center right there.
We have a very, memorial and all that. Yeah. We have absolutely amazing studio out there.
Good. That's an excellent compliment to the community you are in. Because, it's a lot of health and wellness and beauty that's all around you. So, like you said, people get these surgeries and a lot of this, post-op care.
And that's what a lot of these people, they'll go and spend their last on these surgeries and then have no type of money for that aftercare.
Right.
And it's a struggle.
I'm starting to see a picture here, though.
Okay.
There's a really amazing business dynamic at play here. First of all, I'd like to congratulate both of you on being ambitious and entrepreneurial.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Yes. That a couple is doing two different pursuits at the same time. Yeah. And it works.
Definitely.
But I kind of see a complementary arrangement happening here where you're feeding us up, fattening us up, and destroying us healthy-wise. And then we're going to need surgery because we're obese and we're going to need repair. And then we go over there, and then hey, by the way, when you're finished getting your fat rear end fixed, I know somebody that can make you feel a lot better. And when you feel better, we'll feed you again. Dude. So we just keep it going.
It's a nice cycle. Her clients hate me. Her clients hate me because she's always sharing us, Yes. So they're always like,
right. So you live in Katy, but are your restaurants only here, or do you?
So my restaurants are in Beaumont. I did. Franchise is kind of a loose term. It is a family-owned spot that's in Katy, Texas right now. So we do have a Benny's Pizza in Katy. Okay. It's been around for about to make 3 years as well. Okay. So we do have a location out there. I know a lot of people ask me, why don't you move back? Why don't you move back? But, my wife is established out there. I plan on doing more business out there. I like to say 2026, we want to expand. Yeah, we want
I love that.
Keep growing. I believe you will.
Yeah, and I love Beaumont. I love the 409. I graduated from Port Nature's Groves. So I have nothing but love for you guys. That's why I drive out here all the time.
I don't see any purple.
So I bleed it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's inside.
You guys are like a cult.
You're an original club. If you graduated, you're in
I only went junior and senior year. Yeah. But the energy. That's energy again. The word energy again.
Yes.
Port Nature's Groves. Tip off the hat to you guys. I love it. I love it. They made me love football. I know that sounds crazy.
County Madness.
I wasn't a big fan of football or sports.
That is nationwide famous. That game.
They are serious.
And I had the privilege. We talk about DJ Mann, and he's a friend of the show, and he and I we do a lot of stuff together. And he and I did this 409 The Heat Sports for a while, and we went out there and covered Mid County Madness, and it was wild.
It is.
And the energy, the noise,
being on the field,
the painted faces,
like being on the field when it's all happening, and then when it ends, and we got to interview the winning coach and the winning court. Like
who won that year?
At P&G, I believe.
Of course they did.
Yeah. Yes,
of course they did.
Yeah. I did some contract work at your high school, and back in the day
when they did that big change to that new building.
I don't know. I'm not sure what all was going on there, but I was very unaware. I mean, I knew the school and I knew the history, but I was unaware. I walked up one day early in the fall. This is like barely in September, and there was no parking. And I'm like, there's nowhere. I had to park down the street.
Yeah,
I'm sweating because you know how hot it is down here. I come in, I go to the front office to check in. I go, what's going on? He's like, what do you mean? I told her about my parking. She goes, go look in the gym. So I, took my stuff down the hallway, opened the gym door, and there's like 2,000 people, and they're all adults. They're all adults, and they're just waiting for the kids to get out of class to have a big. I go, who are these people? And she goes, well, they're just alumni. I go, they don't work. She goes, not on Pep Rally Day.
I'm like, Pep Rally Day.
I've never seen anything like it. And I've been to high schools all over. And I even went to Maryland.
Same.
Never. So it impressed me very much.
I agree with that.
And I mean, I kind of became a fan of the energy. I was never a P&G fan per se because I wasn't an alum or whatever, but definitely a fan of the energy.
Hey, man. And that's a good thing you said. Like, I've been to so many high schools, you know, from Georgia to here.
Yeah.
And nobody was near them.
That's right. It's
even the academics part to it, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. When people would come to town, maybe come to our church or whatever, and they would say, so, you know, what, like, where should we look? And I said, well, if you want academics,
I would definitely.
That's right. And I remember working out there. These kids would transfer in from other schools because their parents wanted them in P&G. Right. And they would get upset because they would get upset because, you know, that program pressed you. They pressed you to do well. And they said, this school is hating on us because you're transferring. No. They're unapologetic. And the guy said, what does that mean, unapologetic? They're not going to apologize for demanding the most out of you. Not this school. So others may. Yeah.
And I think it helped me. Absolutely. I truly believe that Port Nature's Groves was part of my growth. You know, I did, like I said, I went to Lamar University for a year. Mm-hmm. I hate to say it, but I think, you know, 2 years in Port Nature's Groves kind of built me more than, you know, and it could be too that, you know, when you're in college, you do have, it's more on the self. You know, you choose to go to class. Yeah. You choose. So I can see that as well. I was never like a super school type of guy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I feel like the environment in PNG is built for growth.
Right. Well, you had a lot of those, contributing factors, and to complement to your family. They're hardworking people and all that. Yeah. So all that combined, and then like say that at the peak of your teenage years, you had this last experience, which just kind of launched you into where you're going now. Yeah, I love it. I love it. We'll learn more about that too.
That's really amazing. So we talked about your wife. Do y'all have any kids yet?
No kids yet. That's one of the things that, we can only control so much, and that is something that I am trying to hold off just as much as possible.
Okay.
I definitely want kids. I want a huge family, but I do want to be able to spend that time with them. I do want to be able to build that growth. I know it sounds like a fairy tale, but I've seen it done before. So if I can make that happen for my life as well, that's what I'm going for. So yeah, I'm in no rush to have kids yet. She's focused. She wants to do schooling as well, study nurse to where she can turn her spa into a med spa. And me, I just want to open up more locations and, get more people to enjoy what we're bringing.
Well, don't let your kids miss out on your ambition.
Yeah. And that's
what you got from your dad. And it's an investment into them to let them see you
grind it out.
Yes. Yeah. I can tell you from my own experience, my kids got to see me going through multiple business endeavors and entrepreneurial pursuits, building them from the ground up and doing things and loss, all the things that go along with it. And I really believe it helped in their development. Mm-hmm. So don't sell yourself short. These experiences you have are valuable in parenting as well.
Absolutely.
You'll never be ready.
You'll never be ready. That's why I say I never want to say, but I do want to, have that time to, hey, team, hold it down. I'm going to go pick them up. Or, hey, team, I'll be right back. We got a pep rally to go to, baby's going to be performing. So
some of the team will want to come see that.
Some of the team, absolutely.
Yeah, they will.
Now we have a lovely team. I mean, you've met most of the team from Chloe's Burgers. A lot of these people have been with me for a year already. I haven't. We had a few knuckleheads in the bunch that we had.
Not around here.
Not around here, huh? You couldn't imagine, huh? Yeah, no. Awesome. We're just flooding the gates with the best of the best.
of the best.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you a crazy question now. Do you consider yourself a success?
Honestly, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Why
not? Good question. We're just not there yet. We're just not what I see. Am I able to, have I built up and established, a team? Have I built up and established a name that has, a set amount of followers? Have we built a fan base, for, I like to call it our passion projects? Yeah, absolutely. But, have I changed someone else's life yet? Have I impacted and just brought that to somebody's face? Not yet. I haven't.
Are you sure?
I don't feel like it yet. If there's somebody out there that wants to, hop in the DMs, but no, honestly, not yet. Not yet.
So
I'm on the path to success.
I'm going to speculate, and I'd be willing to bet this, that the way you live is inspiration enough to cause others to live better. And that impact alone would grant you the term successful. I would consider you, and I do consider you, a success because you had the choice to not live ambitiously. Everyone has that choice. Yeah. Look around us.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you chose to create for yourself a 1% lifestyle. And that's what you're living.
100%.
So how could you be anything but a positive influence?
That's right.
To everyone you meet.
And we're just getting started. Me and DJ Man, we have something awesome for the kids. So maybe after I start helping these kids and maybe start just doing more philanthropy, maybe, and being able to give, not only have, but being able to give. It's the same thing like the reason why I never called myself an entrepreneur for 2 years, Somebody might say, dang, he did it. He hasn't worked for no one in 6 years, 6.5 years. That's pretty successful. To be able to suffice, be able to take your wife out and do X, Y, Z.
Sure. There is evidence. That's right.
There is.
But I'm going to ask you this, though. Let's just say any challenge comes your way. Maybe it's a challenge in business, maybe in personal life, whatever. Are you at a stage in life where you feel a sense of confidence? Like, yeah, I think I could approach just about any problem that comes my way.
100%.
That is success.
100%.
That is success, our new friend.
Yeah.
That's what the definition of success. It's not so much the conclusions. And I'm saying that for our audience as much.
No,
as
and you have to have that drive to be successful,
That's
right? You can never you can never touch that if you don't have that drive in you. But yeah, there's levels. There's levels to it, you know. So if we're on a trajectory this way, I'll say I'm about right there.
Okay.
So you'll always feel like you're right there, most likely.
Probably so.
And we interview a lot of people, and I've got a lot of friends at different levels of business and different things. And one common thread exists between us all: we're never satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
We can be happy from station to station.
Mm-hmm.
We can find satisfaction from station to station, but we are never satisfied.
That's right.
Because with becoming satisfied brings complacency.
Yeah.
And complacency
100%.
brings death.
You know, my wife's favorite thing is, why don't you just stay home? You haven't had a day off. Why would you do it? Why
would you want that?
Why do you want that?
Right.
Why would you want that day off to lope around, to just stay in bed? You gotta enjoy every single day that we have on this earth, because you just never know.
That's it.
And what you do, what you've made into your profession, it's not really work. You love it.
I love this.
We can tell by listening to
I
it.
super love it.
And so
excellent.
why wouldn't you want to be doing that?
Yeah.
You're doing what you love, and you've learned how to employ it to pay you.
Yeah. 100%.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I like that you've carved out things like your creative days. You know, you said Tuesday. Was it Tuesday, Sunday?
Tuesdays and Sundays.
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
That's the day I experiment. You know,
Exactly.
I love that.
Yesterday we built up the website, so now Benny'sPizzaTX.com. You can now order delivery straight from our website. We have newer pictures on Chloe's website.
So you're delivering, your staff is delivering, or are you affiliated with one of
it's an affiliate. We'll have a third party deliver.
one of the gig services?
Yes, absolutely. But it's cheaper. So it's cheaper than having to order through, at least that's what they tell us. It's cheaper than having to go through a DoorDash, Uber, or whatever else. It's supposedly cheaper.
Okay.
So if you had to describe, you're very young, so this question's maybe not the easiest to answer. But if you had to describe what you want your legacy to be, what would you say?
That's not an easy question. Something that my children could look back on. You know, when I have children, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But something that they can look back on, and whether they want to pick the mantle up and continue to run with it, is up to them. But my legacy, it's not just going to be in food either.
Right.
You know, I do plan on expanding because I just love to create.
Yes.
That's my thing, is I love to create. Like I said, I created my own clothing, never worked in food, but I love to create food. It doesn't stop there, you know? So my legacy, I wanted to lead down to something that, you know, I can be proud in, that I can look back and say, every single day I grinded it out. And this is what I have to show for it. You know, whether it's my kid being able to learn from the best, or me being able to take care of mom at her worst. You know, those are what we're grinding for.
Okay.
I don't know if that answered the question or not.
It's a start.
Kind of wiggled around
So
there.
I'm gonna throw something at you that this is also unusual. We don't normally do this on the show, but you're very young. And I think it's an amazing opportunity to have someone like you with such a diverse upbringing, and now you are proving yourself to be committed and ambitious and an entrepreneur. So I want to encourage you with something, and it's a little strange, but I think it'll benefit you. I would like you to, if you're willing, when you get a chance, write your eulogy. Go to your own funeral in your imagination. You know, we live these lives, and at the end of it, there's a 30-minute time span where some man's going to stand, or a woman, stand in front of a group of people, and they're going to encapsulate our life the best they can. 30 minutes. And that's it. So my challenge for you is to craft your legacy in your imagination. Go to the end of your life and write your eulogy. And from that eulogy, there's a lot more that can be built out of it.
I agree.
But it will
That's
help
a good
you.
Foresight.
Yeah, it will help you
yeah.
put into perspective. Now, I'm going to take it a step further, and this is something we do in our classes that we teach. We teach these leadership courses. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, take it to your 90 years old. Don't let yourself die until at least 90. You can even go 100 if you want to.
Yeah, we're going to make it to 100.
But so put that in.
I want to make it to 100.
Because you don't want to say, well, if I died today, this is my legacy. No. You want to put it out there so that you're working towards something, right?
100%.
So if you'd be willing to do that, I think it'd be a useful tool.
Absolutely. And if you have, maybe I'm definitely willing to learn on how to.
And it's not something you write once and done. Right. It's a living thing. You write it. You start to practice doing it periodically, like maybe once.
That's very interesting. I've never even thought about it. I made what they call those things, a vision board, but that's really cool to go super far out and see what kind of legacy.
Well, and that's the cool thing about it is if you can do this eulogy in your imagination, then all you've got to do, you're already here. Mm-hmm. If you get that dot, guess what? You just got to draw a line.
Yeah.
And that can change. It's a living thing. It changes all the time. With you practicing it, you'll get better and better at it. But if you do that, you will change your life.
I love it.
You'll change your trajectory. You'll be actually able to aim higher than you ever thought you could because you put yourself beyond where you thought you'd be.
Exactly.
So anyway, I just want to
love that. And I'm definitely going to work on that one.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's a great tool.
Yeah.
And everybody we've taught it to has really responded well. It's not something, it's almost like it's a little disconcerting at first. They're like,
you're killing me.
I'm killing myself.
Right.
Well, at the end of the day, no, it's like a business plan on steroids.
Yeah. And so
we can really help build you.
We love the shock value. Like, okay, you're going to write your eulogy. Wait, what? But after they get into it, then they realize, how do I want to be remembered?
Yes.
And then they realize that's going to become my development plan.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And the sad thing is that most of us, we go through these lives doing what we consider to be the best we can, but not actually taking ownership of the end.
Yes.
This gives you the ability to own the entire story.
Right.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't we?
Right.
I'm literally working it out in my head right now. You already got me thinking.
And it's an excellent tool to break one of the words we used earlier in our interviews, to break complacencies.
Yeah.
Because like you said, we all three know a lot of people that just got in a trench and that's as far as they go. And if someone says a trench is just a grave with the ends kicked out, I thought, man, that's not
I've
good.
heard that one.
Yeah, I stole it from one of the books. But
that's super creative.
Thank goodness for good authors. But
Absolutely.
I do have a question for you. So with all of these efforts, all these starts, all these tries, how has any of the setbacks worked for you?
Man, I've had a lot of setbacks, as one can imagine, of course, in this path. I never got to go to leadership classes. So that's really dope to even hear that idea, because I've never really been able to make it to a leadership, or just never applied myself to a leadership class, in Houston or wherever they may have classes.
I know a guy if you're interested.
I see. Yeah, I need to sign up.
Yeah, he's really good.
Is he the Pursuit of Purpose?
Well, I'll introduce you to him later.
And so basically, I'm so sorry.
Setbacks.
They build you up. At the end of the day, pressure makes diamonds. So
nice.
So you have to literally just accept it, sit back, literally no crying at all. Just literally start planning. Start making plans. How do I get out of this hole I put myself in?
Okay.
A little bit of vulnerability right now. I dealt with a lady in 2023. Mm-hmm. She painted a pretty picture. I can help find you funding, all of that good stuff. Signed me up for a crazy bit of funding. Put me in $18,000 worth of debt.
Mm.
She put me in debt, took a large chunk of that funding from me. So yeah, I was put in a hole, you understand? Mm-hmm. And it sets you back.
Yeah.
So how do you get out of that? And it's super dope to say this, but since Monday of this week, I actually paid off that debt.
Boom.
It's amazing.
That's
yes.
Right.
And this is a super true story. And it's just something you got to take day by day.
Right.
It's literally something you got to do day by day. Okay, I'm in this situation. How do I get out?
Right.
it might not get out this week, you know, and your wife might be yelling at you. Why don't we have enough for X, Y, Z?
You been in my house?
Our houses might be mirrored, you know. So sometimes, you have those setbacks and you just have that negative energy, that cloud over your head that you literally have to just look over. You have to. So, and now look at me, that debt is paid off. Now I was able to pay that debt off. I saw how that money was being spent over there. Now, okay, where are we going to use it towards?
There you go.
Hey, you were spending $100 a day, $500 a week. Now you have $500 a week extra.
Okay.
Where are you going to use this funds at? You understand? So, and you learn too. You learn, hey, look out for these snakes. Look out for these wolves in sheep clothing that are waiting for you to sign any type of document. And if nobody listens to anything else, just always don't sign that paper so fast. Do not sign the paper so fast. If they don't hear nothing else from me today, just always think twice about signing any piece of paper.
Get advice from more than one person. Learn from people that find people, even if you don't know them, find people that are in a profession that has wherewithal to give you sound advice. And pay them a little bit to help you.
And that's another part. People try to take that shortcut. I'm one of those people. They have tried to take that shortcut, whether it's installing my own TVs or cleaning my own oven.
I've learned the hard way on so much of that stuff. Same stuff.
So it all comes down with just training, just not being personally trained, and not going to those classes or not listening to these wise people, not having these mentors. It's tough. Sometimes these people don't have mentors, and and you have to go find them. At the end of the day, they're not just sticking out with their hands up. Hey, I'm a mentor. I'm looking for 10 people to mentor. No, that's not how it works. You got to pick and choose and dig.
As my kids are entering their career, my youngest is a little younger than you, then all up into the 40s. I said, wherever you land, look around, survey the landscape, and then see who is in a position that you would like to be in. And then just go interview them. Buy them a cup of coffee and go, hey, I have some questions, and be ready and say, how did you get to where you are? And what were some of the things you had to overcome? I mean, I'm not going to go into a lot of those details, but they got it. They figured it out. So everywhere they've landed in a new company, I said, if you plan on staying there for a while, let that be kind of one of your little minor pursuits, just to inform, and then you may figure out this is a place you could stay for. My daughter has. She's in a place I could stay here for a while. There's a lot of growth.
Now, I have a question, being that you guys are in leadership. Where would you rank networking in all of this? In between the product, between the drive, between all of the steps to have a successful, where would y'all rank networking?
So I have a little different take on this, possibly. I believe in relationships. People say networking. So what they're working towards is connecting with a lot of businesses so that there's marketability naturally. My focus is always on relationships. Everywhere I go, everyone I meet, I see as a potential relationship, not a potential business contact. And one of the things that I think
that's different,
is a fallacy in performance of a lot of the things that we do, a lot of the clubs that we're parts of and different organizations, is that they go at it with a business only, like we're going to trade with each other. And that's the intention of us meeting. Well, that's, in my opinion, as worthless as it may be, that's extraordinarily shallow and temporary, because the business that you're in is going to go from this to that. Look at you. Look at the life changes that you've been through. And I'll exemplify this by saying, I started at an early age putting a high priority on relationships. And I built some relationships with some people that afforded me to be able to do business with them 30 years later.
Yes.
I love that.
In every different business that I've been able to stay in, I've maintained contact and relationship with these other people. And it's never been about what can I get from them. It's always been about what can I give to you?
100%.
What can I be for you in your life? And it's very genuine. I won't be in a relationship with somebody if it's not real. Those people come and go, and it's, I don't want that shallowness.
100%.
And so that's how I
not
view,
like relationship. I view
networking just a little different than a lot of people do. And I've always found it disconcerting to go to places where people are there intentionally. To do that. It just feels awkward to me.
Yeah, I'm in a business networking group, and there are people who show up with that singular profit idea in mind. And of course, we promote profit. I mean, we're not going to be in business, we're going to make a living and all that. Yes. However, I do try to bring, and this is my opinion, I do try to bring those biblical principles to say, I am here to serve. And I have faith that whatever service I put out there, and I want it to be genuine, it will come back. If that's the intent, if that's what my creator intends for it to come back to me, I love that. It will. And
that's kind of where I
there it is. So there you go. So if and I, like I said, I have been in this group for now over 15, 16 years because of the relationships. And there are people who have been there for, a big portion of that time, and they will be friends for life. And I believe in what they do. I believe in their credibility that they do it well. So they become easy people to refer their skills to, whether it's in the trades or whether it's in some type of financial management or whatever, things I don't do, and I appreciate the fact that they respect what I do well. 100%. And so, yes, I do believe in networking as far as that's concerned. The profit has come. I made money, we make money, and you're making money. Yeah, so I'm not really so much worried about that. And so if that's something that you are encouraging people to do as far as networking, which is just building these
relationships 100%. Yes.
That's the key.
Yeah. And
I'll say this. I mean, I've been to that group that he's a part of. It's weird. They get naked and they put on these weird songs and they walk around and chant and, all that stuff.
Like the candles.
It's really awkward. Mm-hmm. And I think that what they do is they get you in there the first time and they get you on camera. So, and then they're like, you're with us now.
Now you're part of it.
And you can't leave.
Call it blackmail. Call it. That's what we say. We light the candles, put on the hoods, and chant around the circles.
A little bit of blood.
That's right.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. A little beef bacon sacrifice.
A little beef bacon in there.
Yeah. No, it's really
it is good.
It is. It's good, and it works if it's approached well. Yeah. Those that basically were short-lived did not approach it well.
And you can see that too in the market at the end of the day. There's people who I'm sure we've all seen that.
For sure.
Try to use a network.
Right.
Well, did we answer your question?
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. So for you're at a particular stage in the game in your life. What's next? Do you have a next?
I love that you. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely love that you asked that. I want to, we can always talk about things that I would like, but I like to talk about things that are actually happening in the now, right? We're actually expanding ourselves to Port Arthur, Texas now.
Come on.
So this is super. Y'all are the first ones actually hearing about this.
All right.
I haven't even posted this on social media, nothing. But we are moving into Central Mall.
Come on.
Absolutely. Yeah. When I first moved to Texas in 2009, my first job was inside Central Mall. So to me, this is a complete circle that I'm actually being able to live out.
Bringing it back.
I'm bringing it back. I worked at Champ Sports, so it's really cool to now be inside of that mall that I worked in. Of course, it's had its rough days, but it has new ownership. I have faith in the new owner. I actually know his family, don't know him personally. I know his family. I know a lot of them, and a lot of the Arifs, very good people. So I have faith. I know they're introducing. They already introduced Crunch Gym. They're introducing Altitude, which is an amazing trampoline. Like, it's a whole activity center.
Come on,
right? It's a huge activity.
It's gonna be
center
in the mall.
Inside of the mall, and I believe we're going to be next to them. I believe from the
let them go in there, work up an appetite, and then come eat.
Exactly. Come on.
Don't have them eat first because they're going to go all over the place.
I don't got to clean it. No. And but that's what we're working on right now. It's in the process. We're going for March. We're going for like a March, April. Open.
Wow, that's close.
Yeah, we're gonna just streamline it. We're going to have an amazing team out there. I already have pretty much all of the team members that are going to be out there. Very excited for that.
So will you try to do the combo again with the burger pizza or just start with one?
So it's kind of the unfortunate factor. They just opened up CC's Pizza. So they got pizza. they got pizza pretty much steamed up.
For communist pizza.
Communist pizza. No, they They are locking it down when it comes to pizza. So we're gonna let them do their pizza, and we're gonna bring the best burgers to the city.
Okay.
Well, one thing I can guarantee you, and I haven't had your pizza, but I've gotten to know you, and there will be no comparison to the quality.
No.
CC's does not sell quality pizza.
Nothing of the sort.
Not that there's anything wrong with eating CC's.
Nothing at all wrong with it.
But they're not going to compete with you.
Which implies that there may be a place for your pizza, if not in the mall, near the mall.
Near the mall, absolutely. And I really just want to drive like this Chloe's thing out there. I really want them to see what the hype is about. A lot of people don't like to drive to Beaumont or that, just that travel time. So I do want to introduce it to where be close to refineries as well and start delivering.
Since you brought that up, could I make a suggestion?
Absolutely.
So I have an affinity for Port Arthur in the area. Like, I don't know. I've always had it. And have you been to the downtown area lately in Port Arthur? Have you seen the renovations and the growth that's happening down there?
They're cleaning it up.
And not only are they cleaning it up, it's safer, and they're really doing a lot to attract businesses and residents. The town is actually starting to see growth. So what I was going to say is you might consider going to talk to the EDC and look at the Proctor Street strip. You might be able to put a pizza place down there.
Absolutely love that idea. Would definitely be open to anybody.
There's nothing there.
There's not.
And there's
not yet.
Multiple brand new apartments going in. There's a huge new, I'm not going to mention the name, but there's a huge new industrial headquarters being built right there in the old World Trade Center building.
That's what I love about just that area.
So can you imagine what you could do right there?
I agree. I truly agree. I love it. I love Port Arthur. After graduating, pretty much lived in Port Arthur. So I have super good ties with Port Arthur, Texas, all of the people who live there. And I definitely want to eventually, you asked me about my future plans.
Yes.
I would love to have a building where it's a duo concept, and it will have the burgers and the pizza. So you can have from burgers to pasta, because we offer all of that and more inside both restaurants. So that's something that is in the vision, and I would love to. Especially with the EDC. That's a trick you just gave a lot of these people that a lot of people don't even know about. And, that's a very, very...
They'll help you. They'll help you get grants. They'll help you because it's in their best interest to grow the economy in that town.
Right.
So anyway, I hope you do.
Yeah.
I thank you.
I hope you do.
And we're fortunate. I mean, maybe this way all over the country, but usually if we travel, we land where a lot of what I'm about to say is happening there. But I know in our area, and I know we have folks that across the country who do tune into this, but we're in a very fortunate position that we have a fair amount of disposable income because with minimal preparation, you can make a lot of money, especially in the refinery business or refinery support. And that being said, the restaurant business and other retail outlets, like you said, you've actually worked with some clothing, they tend to do pretty well. Yeah. As long as they're managed well and they kind of keep the energy going, they put out good product, good food or whatever, they tend to do pretty well. Yep. And you're discovering that, or even in a sense, maybe even rediscovering that by opening restaurants here. And I've had folks come from other parts of the country, like the Midwest or whatever, and they do okay. But when they come here, they're like, I've never seen anything like this. And they're talking about how many, like, for example, how many jewelry stores we could have on one main road, near Parkdale Mall. I said, man, there's like 12 jewelry stores.
Churches.
Yeah.
Churches. How many churches we got?
Yeah, that's right. And when the guy mentioned the jewelry, I said, what do you mean? And he goes, man, where I came from, we had like 4 in the whole city. He said, and that was a big city.
And they weren't doing well.
And they weren't that great. He said, you had to go into the main city, which was in Kansas at the time. He said, but here, and that's just
one. You go down Port Arthur, you got like 4 of them right next to each other.
Exactly.
Crazy.
And it's because we have that spendable income. Yeah. So it. That's why you're investing in the area. And I 100%. Hope other people who may have ideas will kind of follow your passions and go, hey man, put your passion out there. If you do it well, the money is there.
100%.
Yeah. So that's good stuff.
And that's what I love about what Joe is doing with that mall. He's investing into the middle of the city.
Revitalization.
It's not Port Arthur specifically, but it's more mid-county, right? Mm-hmm. So he's kind of ticking a few cities from Nederland, Port Neches, Groves, Port Arthur,
right,
all in one.
Right.
You know, that's their hub.
Don't forget Port Acres.
And Port Acres.
Yeah.
They just formed though. That's pretty. Last 5 years they formed and created a voice.
Don't forget them. You'll hurt their feelings.
That's right.
Down West Port Arthur Road over there, the other side.
Well, look, man, we're drawn towards the end now. It's been a great interview. It's been a great privilege and honor to have you with us.
I'm looking forward to this.
I absolutely love your direction. I love your heart, your ambition. I really enjoy watching you tell your story.
Thank you.
You have such enthusiasm, such energy, and I really love that. And I can only imagine that your employees are inspired and influenced by your style of leadership. So I'm going to ask you this before I've got a couple of questions that are my favorite questions. That's how we close the show. But before we do that, are you hiring?
So actually, yes. I know you said earlier that we're butt to butt with the two businesses, but not yet. So right now in Park Del Mall, it is Benny's Pizza. You have Charlie's and then Chloe's. We're going to be moving to the old Raising Cane's. So it will be Chloe's and then Benny's. They will be butt to butt, right?
All right.
There, yes. Right now we are full because we do have a kind of small space. You've seen it, but when we move, it's going to be amazing. We're going to be looking for at least 4 new members, 2 new cooks. We're going to have an amazing setup. Food coming out a lot faster than what we're dealing with. Which right now the wait time is not crazy, but we will have double the equipment in our new space, and I plan on hiring a lot more people. Shout out to DoorDash that they're keeping us super busy. Our website's keeping us super busy. So we're getting out there and it works out. So we are going to be hiring very soon. Please come by. We need some of the best out here in the city, and especially for Port Arthur. I know I said that my team is pretty much built, but we're always looking for bigger and better. So absolutely. Please message me or the pages. You can find me on Facebook, Brandon Rodriguez. Or you could just message Chloe's Burgers or Benny's Pizza, and I run all of that.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. You answered all the follow-up questions for that. So I'm glad that you are in a hiring type mode.
Absolutely.
That's good. I like to hear that. And
we're in the golden era.
Right.
This is going to be a good year. This is real good. It's only January, so I have a really good feeling about this year.
Love it.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. Well, Chuck, is there anything you'd like to ask or add?
Just thank you, man. Thank you for bringing, your passion. Thank you for bringing a lot of things that I'm even going to describe as more or less like you're a legacy of the people that, who have influenced you, and you're keeping that energy going. And so it's really more than just bringing good product, to our area. It's really it's more your character, and I appreciate that. It's good to get to know you, I'm definitely going to be a customer, and we want you to cycle back through, man.
Come be a part to come back.
Yes,
this was too much fun. It felt like it went by too quick. So we got to do this again. We got to do this again.
I congratulate you.
Less about me next time.
You're the guest.
Yeah, that's right. It was supposed to be about you, but congratulations to you and your lovely wife, and the way that you guys are
Alejandra.
Making it happen. So thank you, Brandon.
Yes, guys, I appreciate y'all.
Do you have any farewell wishes or advice for the audience? But I'm going to ask you those 2 questions and you'll get to answer them. But is there anything you want to close with? Anything you want to tell us or the audience?
Guys, just stay focused. Keep a positive energy, especially in a time where, do you see so much negative media, and so much diverse thinking, what's right, what's wrong. Try to carry less that mantle. Focus on making yourself a better person, your circle around you a better person, and I guarantee that'll help make the world a better person. Keep that energy up, put the phone down a little bit more, and that's about it.
I felt like you were meddling my life there just a little bit. I agree with everything you said, but you had to throw that last little knife in there to stab me. Put the phone down a little bit. I agree.
Unless it's helping you.
I agree with you.
Because it could be a tool. It could be a tool, and it could be.
I think I'm the tool.
That I like. That's funny.
No, but that was good. Very good.
It was
very good. Very profound. So, if there's a person out there in the audience, let's say they're young. I mean, you're so young, 33. That's just amazing. Oh man, come on. So, if there's a younger person out there, let's say that they're 17, 18 years old, they're still in high school, about to graduate, they're speculating about their life, they don't know what direction to go in, they feel a burning inside of them to do something. What advice might you give?
Man, I'll put myself in that position, you have to make a plan and then work the plan. I know that sounds super simple, but start off simple. Create the name, create the idea. What do you want to sell? What do you want to do? Whether it's creating a construction business, whether you want to do tiles, flooring, food, whatever it is, create the name, go step by step. Don't, I know you said, make a 5-year plan, but also sometimes it's just sweet to work your next 5 steps. Rather than 5 years, work your 5 steps.
Oh yeah.
And I truly recommend that, slow down sometimes and build a team. The most important thing I can say is build a team. You're only as big as your team. I know sometimes a lot of different attitudes can rupture growth, but you have to buy through that. And that would probably be my best advice is teamwork, plan, just working that plan.
That's good.
Pretty simple stuff.
Yep.
It's pretty simple stuff. You either got it or you don't. And I know it sounds harsh, but sometimes you just gotta pick up that saddle.
That's right.
And what he's saying, and I'm gonna expound a little bit on that. So you said you've either got it or you don't. And that's a fascinating thing to say. And I'm gonna say it's true with this caveat that if you don't got it, you can go get it.
You can't get it.
Just because you don't got it, don't mean you can't have it.
That's right.
Okay?
Yeah, 100%.
But there is no middle ground. You've either got it
and you can't buy
or you don't.
That's right.
You can't buy it.
No,
that is true.
That's right.
It comes from within.
It's born from inside.
It's born from within. Whether say my dad didn't work as hard as he did, I would have had to just find that inspiration to keep this hope alive, to keep this drive alive.
That was profound. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think all of us starting out in jobs, working for companies or whatever, we started out where a lot of people still are, and that's okay. But at some point, the curiosity took over. We met people, whatever. And we're like, well, how'd you get into that? And then it just exploded. And now we all sit here as self-employed men and what have you. So as Rob implied, it's in there. If you want it, then just you got to pursue.
You have to pursue.
That's it. There's no other way. Yeah, I know. Somebody wrote that down somewhere. Thank you, Brandon.
So this is the closing question of every show. It's my favorite question. Okay, if you could go back in time and ask yourself this question, or I'm sorry, give yourself some advice. I said it wrong.
Yeah.
But if you could go back in time, let's say you were 16 years old, 17 years old, and you could whisper some advice in your own ear, knowing now what you didn't know then.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to yourself?
It would 100% be awareness. It would just be that awareness. Again, I go back to signing that contract. That contract will really set you back a few years. You know what I mean? So I would just tell myself, have more awareness, be so gullible, right? Don't be, and that's about it. Because the work ethic was always there. Everything else was there. Maybe just don't be so gullible, awareness, and enjoy time with the family, because
I love that.
Yeah.
Enjoy time with your family.
Because you never know.
I'm going to argue with you a little bit. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Can you handle that?
Oh, man.
So you consider yourself to be gullible and you look at that as a setback. But what if it's not? What if it was part of your learning process,
your growth process,
to gain discipline that it took you to overcome that debt? And that person was put in your path because had you not had it, you would have achieved a certain level of success and then imploded.
And I refer to that a lot. I do think about, okay, good. It only happened to 18,000, now 1.8 million.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
That could be 100% the situation. And I agree, but just putting that more awareness, into that brain, especially at 17.
Yes.
At 17, I was working at Champs, So if I never would have thought I'd be in this mall, the same mall, 15 years later. So Yeah.
You know what I want? And I hope that this becomes a possibility. This show has been around now for almost 3 years. Is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
Started
2.5, 3 years. Something like
we're in our third year.
And
23.
what I'd like to see happen, and I believe it will, if it's in the plan, if it's in God's plan, I would like to follow up with you in 10 years
I would love that.
in business to see what happens.
Right.
Where does the legacy take you?
I would love that.
I think it would be amazing. And I still believe, and this is going to be crazy, right? Hearing it now, in 10 years, you'll still just be starting.
Starting something.
You'll still just be starting.
We'll be starting something.
Because I can tell you with absolute certainty that here we sit here and I'm 30 years in and I'm just starting.
And that's what they say. Sometimes they say at 47, you could just, and that's it, that switch. And I'm not talking about financially.
Right.
We're talking spiritually. We're speaking
the creative
all
process.
around.
That's right.
An overall blessed or profound person that is truly successful.
Well, and I'm also going to argue with you about that. You are successful.
Yes,
you really are. You are a person that I believe is worthy of people looking up to.
Right.
I believe that you are a worthy person for people to follow.
Now, I know there's been successful people in this chair, so I got to be down the right path.
Yes.
There's many successful people in this chair.
And Rob mentioned that, yes, we've been very fortunate to meet people. And I can tell you across the board, and I include you in this, their personal paradigm, matured very well through the years. And so that's why they were able to answer the question, yes, I am. I'm not finished with my pursuits, but yes, my system is good and getting better all the time. Hey, you said the same thing. Yeah, we just used the word success.
And your pattern's way ahead of the game.
Way ahead.
Truly.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing well.
Yes.
I appreciate you guys.
So give yourself credit where it's due.
That's right.
That's not arrogance.
No.
At all. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for sharing your story with us and our audience.
For the invite. Thank you to the audience for listening to me. It was absolutely fun. I definitely plan on coming back.
Good.
And until then, I'll see you later today. You're gonna get that pizza, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta come.
I have a 2:00 appointment at a coffee shop near the mall. And after that appointment, I'm coming directly over there.
Yeah.
And we're going to get the pizza made up so I can bring it home for dinner tonight.
Got an idea to do similar things. Just come get one, take it back to my back to the thank you.
Try that beef pepperoni, man. The pepperoni is different. It's again smoky taste.
I'm one of those anti-pork type of guys. That's a personal thing, but but the beef.
I'll eat his pork. Don't even worry about it. You just set his to the side and I'll come pick it up.
Yes.
I'm a poor guy.
Yes.
Of course, I mean.
Have you had pepperoni?
I don't even know
we
what you're
saying. We got to bring it to my mom's restaurant.
Okay.
So my mom opened up a restaurant in the last 2 years. It's called Sazón Dulce. It's Puerto Rican cuisine out there in Port Neches, Texas.
Come on, man.
It's next to Powerhouse. It's next to Powerhouse Gym. She's in that plaza, I believe. Man, she tells me the name of that plaza all the time. And Sazón Dulce, SAZONDULCE. It stands for sweet flavor in English. Also, my great grandmother's name was Dulce. So it's a bunch of entendres in there. She's cooking the best food. Authentic Puerto Rican style, the only authentic Puerto Rican style in the city.
I'm gonna have to hit that up.
It's 100% recommended. Y'all definitely check that out. But pernil is pork butt, so they slow roast it for over 8 hours.
Come on,
it has a seasoning that is called sofrito, and that's a Puerto Rican mixture that we make by hand. And it's delicious, guys.
I may have to set aside some of my principles.
One day, you got to
compromise.
That's the only thing. I can't go full non-pork because of that.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Rob, I'm thinking we got another road trip.
We got a road show.
Yeah.
We got to do a little.
We may have to go sit in the restaurant and do a little thing.
We have done this, and we may well get with Mom and see if
she would absolutely love that. Her energy is crazy.
That's right.
She's New York, so she's more like
love it.
Yes.
Well, lay the groundwork for that. Let her know that we're going to set up the time and we're going to come out there.
Stay tuned, friends.
Absolutely.
It's coming.
Well, Brandon, thank you so much.
Guys, thank you.
And if you're in the Southeast Texas area, make sure you get by Parkdale Mall and check out Chloe's Burgers and Benny's Pizza. You won't regret it.
No.
I haven't tried the pizza yet, but after today,
yes,
I'll be able to testify.
And you'll taste the quality. Yeah. You'll taste the quality.
Cool.
Chuck, do you have anything else before?
No, thank you, Brandon. Appreciate
Chuck,
you.
thank
Yes,
you so
sir.
much, brother.
And
my friend.
we will definitely be in touch, man.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, you're a great energy.
I absolutely
You gotta have more of that.
Thank you.
Well, thank y'all for joining us today for another episode of the Pursuit of Purpose podcast. Thank you for allowing us to become a part of the pursuit of your purpose. We'll talk soon.
Question